Hello, degenerates and fellow producers, bedroom and professional alike. I was just working the last couple of days on some new tunes, and one thing I find I've been using a lot. I've been using it a lot for the last 8 or 9 years, and I still know that so many producers are not doing this, and it's really, really useful. So I'm going to do my first real video tech tip in a long time. See how you like it. It's going to be really basic because it's the first one, and I hope it'll help some of you out there. If you don't do it already, if you do it already, you know about this, and it's basically just creating banks in your proprietary sampler of whatever sequencer you use. So if you're using Ableton, you would use the Sampelr. If you're using Logic, you use the XS24. If you're using Cubase, I guess you would use Halion. Fruity Loops, I don't even know what they use, but I'm sure you can work it in somehow. But the idea behind it is to create a bank that you save you can always come back to, of 128 of your favorite kicks. Now you can create as many of these as you want to, but it's just really, really useful. I mean, it's definitely better than literally stepping through your Finder or your file manager and auditioning the kicks, and then putting them into your track. Because by doing it this way, you can hear the kick in your track in context and see immediately if it's going to work. I feel so bad if I know somebody's literally got their mind set on a certain kick and they go and put it in their track and it doesn't immediately work, and they're going to spend hours EQing it or pitching it, and eventually it just, they might realize it doesn't work at all. So this is a good way to really save yourself a shitload of time in the future, and let's get right to it. Now I'm going to show you the Ableton way, and I don't have a screen capture on, but I'm going to talk you through it. It's so simple. And if you don't do this, you're going to smack yourself in the face when you realize how simple it is and how powerful a tool it is. And it doesn't need to be kick drums. It can be hi-hats. I do it for banks of open hi-hats, closed hi-hats, percussion, different shaker, individual hits. It's so powerful, and I use it on as much as I can, really. So let's get right down to it. You bring up a MIDI channel, bring up a new MIDI track on your Ableton Live. This will work on pretty much any of the Abletons, really, in the last few versions. I don't know if you're stuck on 8 or 7, but bring up just a sampler module. It's real simple. I did a little tryout before I started making the video just to make sure everything was going to go smoothly. So we'll start from scratch here. Just bring up a regular sampler, and where is it? Okay. So I'm going to move the camera real quick. So you have the sampler already loaded up. I hope it's focusing right. And you have this kind of area where you can throw stuff. And so over here, I have my kick pack that's been out on Freshly Squeezed now for a few months. And it's perfect because there's 200 kicks in there. So you take 128 of those, and you just drag them over to your sampler. And by default, what this is the keyboard range of each sample. So it's kind of stupid because it's playing every single sample at the same time, pitched down the keyboard, So what we want to do is right-click, and now for Logic users, you can do this, and you drag them in, and then basically there's it's been over 2 years since I've used Logic, but I know that there's a pop-up when you drag samples into the XS24 sampler that let you map every sample to one key, and that's the one you want. With Ableton, we have to right-click it here when all the samples are selected, and you want to distribute the ranges equally, which means the range of that each sample is playing on is going to be distributed equally. And since there's 128 samples, it's going to be 128 different keys worth of samples. So now that's done, and as you can see now it's mapped these particular samples, which are kicks, down the whole line. And so now you can go ahead and go create a MIDI part, and I'm just going to put the camera back so I can work with 2 hands. You don't really need to see what I'm doing anymore, but it's pretty straightforward. You can hear it, though, and that's the point. You see that, real simple. I have a kick bank. You can have an open hi-hat bank, a clap bank, snare bank, whatever you want. It's also really useful to do do it with as many things as you can. Honestly, I would even set aside 2 days in your studio where you are just making these things. They're so awesome to have. So, okay, so let's just create. I created a MIDI part. I've set it to loop so I can just drag it out and see how it's working with the context in my track. Now I've started with the note C-2, and that's, I guess that's the first MIDI note that Ableton responds to. I'm assuming that's the standard for all MIDI notes. So it starts at C-2. That's my first sample. C-2 is playing kick 1. So, and that's just, and then you can, I'm not going to play it too loud so it doesn't clip the microphone, but you can hear the kick there. It's totally not appropriate. And so we're just going to step through. In Ableton, you just hit up to transpose the note up, and that's going to bring us up another sample. Better. That doesn't sound that bad at all. It didn't really take that much time. You can go through 128 samples if you want to. I don't think it's there's much of a point to that, to doing that in this video. Logic users, if you want to just transpose the notes really easily, you can't just hit up and down. You have to hold, I believe it's Alt, and hit up and down, and it just goes through. And you just literally loop your track, 16 bars or 32 bars, and just see where that kick is going to lock into your bass line if you have already done your bass line. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm assuming it's the same. Cubase users, yeah, you also just hit up and down to transpose your notes up and down. Very simple. And yeah, that's all I got for you today. Hopefully this helps some of you. Take care.